Thank you for choosing Wisdom of the Dharma. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss a new update. Your support helps us keep sharing powerful, life-changing wisdom with the world. And don't forget to drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's grow and learn together. The silent enemies in your home. You wake up every day with good intentions. You meditate. You work hard. You try to stay grateful. And yet, things still don't feel quite right. Opportunities seem to slip away. Money arrives and disappears. Tension brews in your relationships. And a heavy, unexplainable energy lingers in your home. What if the reason isn't bad luck? What if it's not the economy, not your karma, not even your decisions, but the objects around you, quietly placed in the wrong spot? In the teachings of both Feng Shui and Buddhist mindfulness, our surroundings are not passive. They respond. They reflect. They magnify. Your home isn't just where you sleep or store your belongings. It is an energetic extension of your mind. And when even one item is placed with unconscious energy, especially in the wrong location, it begins to disturb the entire flow of your life. A misaligned clock may not just disrupt your schedule. It could throw off your inner harmony. A trash can in the wrong corner might not just smell, it could anchor decay into your abundance. Shoes piled near your door aren't just messy, they block the path of your own progress. Still water, beautiful as it may be, can invite stuckness rather than flow, if it isn't honored correctly. These aren't superstitions. They are silent energies you live with every single day. In today's video, we'll walk through 4 common household items, seemingly harmless, and uncover the powerful spiritual and energetic consequences of where you place them. You'll discover how to shift their position, and shift your life. But before we begin, I invite you to participate in this sacred shift. Comment below with your intention for your home. It could be, I welcome peace. I am open to abundance, or simply let there be light in my life. Your words are the first energy you plant. And if this resonates with you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Wisdom of the Dharma, and turn on notifications. The path to harmony begins now. Let's walk it together. Part 1. The clock that rushes the soul. We rarely think about the clock. It hangs on our wall or sits quietly on our desk, ticking away. But in the world of energy, and especially in the wisdom of Dharma and Feng Shui, a clock is far more than a timekeeper. It is a mirror of your inner rhythm, and if placed carelessly, it becomes a disruptor of harmony. Time, in Buddhist philosophy, is not merely a linear sequence of hours and minutes. It is a continuum of change, a constant reminder of impermanence. The Buddha taught that clinging to time, fearing its passing, or racing against it leads only to suffering. That's why, when a clock is placed in a way that intensifies the pressure of time, rather than honoring its flow, it can quietly agitate the energy of your home, and your spirit. The doorway dilemma, why facing the entrance is a mistake. In Feng Shui, the front door is known as the mouth of qi, the entry point for all fresh energy. If your clock is hung directly opposite the front door, it's more than a decorative mistake. It becomes a signal to the universe, time leaves as soon as it arrives. Just imagine this. You come home, tired from the world, and the first thing your energy encounters is a clock counting down. This creates an unconscious tension, like you're already late for your own peace. Energetically, it pushes opportunities away before they even settle. Instead of inviting luck and freshness, it accelerates departure and pressure. Why clocks in the bedroom disrupt more than sleep. Some people love the ticking sound of a traditional clock. It feels nostalgic, familiar. But your bedroom isn't a place for deadlines. It's a sanctuary for stillness. That gentle tick 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 may seem harmless, but to the deeper mind, it's a reminder of everything you haven't done. The work unfinished. The hours slipping. The mind cannot fully rest when time is tapping on its shoulder all night long. A client once shared her struggle with insomnia. Nothing worked: tea, meditation, melatonin. Until one day, during a consultation, I noticed a large ticking clock right beside her bed. She removed it. That same week, her sleep returned. Coincidence? Perhaps. But in the Dharma, even small adjustments in awareness can lead to great inner shifts. Where should the clock truly belong? Clocks are best placed in communal, conscious spaces, like the living room or your home office. The living room is where life gathers, where conversations breathe. A clock here helps the family stay in rhythm, without creating pressure. The office, too, is a sacred space for clarity and focus. But even here, the clock should be beside, not directly in front of your working position. Think of it like a gentle guide, not a looming taskmaster. Avoid placing clocks in dimly lit areas, overcrowded corners, spaces with sharp, anxious energy. Design and sound matter, too. Sharp-edged or overly modern clocks, with aggressive angles or digital beeps, can slice the energy in a room. Instead, choose rounded, wooden or neutral tone clocks that echo nature's softness. And always, always, opt for silent or soft sounding mechanisms. Why? Because sound is vibration. And the vibrations that fill your home shape the way your nervous system functions, calm or chaotic. Lesson from the Dharma: don't chase time, flow with it. A clock should never make you feel like you're running behind. It should reflect presence, intention, alignment. Remember, time is not your enemy. It's your teacher. The clock is not your master. It's your mirror. When placed mindfully, the clock becomes a symbol of rhythm, not rush. Of sacred routine, not relentless chasing. Part 2. The bin of neglected energy. No one thinks twice about a trash can. It's just there, by the counter, under the sink, or near your desk. It collects what we no longer need and holds what we've decided to discard. But in both Feng Shui and Buddhist philosophy, nothing is just there. Even the act of throwing something away carries energy. It reflects how we let go, or how we don't. A trash can, though small and practical, can become a powerful symbol in your home, either of conscious release or unconscious decay. Let me explain. The Dharma of discarding. In Buddhist teaching, one of the root causes of suffering is attachment, the clinging to what is no longer needed. We hold on to emotions, relationships, identities, and objects far beyond their usefulness. And the result is energetic stagnation. The trash can should be a symbol of liberation, a place where letting go becomes sacred. But when we ignore its energetic weight, or place it carelessly, it becomes the very opposite, a magnet for stuck energy, financial blockages, and emotional heaviness. Feng Shui calls this yin accumulation a buildup of stale qi that can weigh down an entire space. Where trash cans do real damage. There are two main danger zones when it comes to trash cans. The front door. The altar or spiritual space. Let's start with the front door. Your front door is not just an entrance. It is the gateway of opportunity, the mouth of blessings. Energy, luck, and prosperity flow in from this point. But if you have a trash bin, even a small one, placed too close to the entrance, you're essentially welcoming guests with a message: this house collects waste. Think of the signal you're sending to the universe. Instead of I'm ready to receive, it becomes I'm constantly discarding. A student once shared with me that no matter how many side hustles she tried, the money would vanish. It turned out she kept a large trash can right next to her front shoe rack, visible and open. When she moved it to a hidden space and added a small plant near the entrance, her sales and savings noticeably improved. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe she just stopped throwing away her luck. Now let's talk about the altar or prayer area. In Buddhist homes, this is the most sacred space. It's where we offer incense, chant sutras, or simply sit in quiet reverence. To place a trash bin nearby, no matter how hidden, is like sweeping dust under a statue of the Buddha. Feng Shui holds that altars should be pure, still, and surrounded by light. Trash introduces chaotic, impure energy into what should be your spiritual sanctuary. It weakens your connection, distracts your intention, and over time, may even manifest as disconnection or conflict within the family. Cleanliness is energetic hygiene. Now, beyond placement, let's talk about the state of your trash can. Is it overflowing? Does it smell? Is the lid always open? Is it cracked, discolored, or stained? If you said yes to any of these, your trash isn't just holding garbage, it's holding old energy, stale energy, heavy energy, and it's releasing it into your space every moment of the day. In the same way that the mind accumulates negative thoughts, your home accumulates physical waste. Both need regular clearing. From a Dharma perspective, the act of emptying a trash bin should be treated like a mini mindfulness ritual. You're not just throwing things away, you're making room. You're honoring impermanence. Try this. Next time you empty your trash, say quietly, I release what no longer serves. May this space be free. It may feel silly at first. But over time, your space will begin to feel different. Lighter, kinder, calmer. The secret language of trash can colors. Yes, even the color of your bin matters. White, purity and cleanliness, ideal for kitchens or visible spaces. Blue, stability and peace, great for quiet corners or work areas. Gray, neutral calmness, best in bedrooms or bathrooms. Black, absorbs energy, should be kept in hidden places only. Pink, warmth and harmony, surprisingly powerful for family areas or children's rooms. If your trash can is old, dented, or doesn't match the feeling of your home, consider upgrading it. It's not indulgent, it's energetic alignment. And always use a lid. A lid contains what needs to be contained. It keeps energetic leaks from flowing into the rest of your home. Open bins, especially near food, bedrooms, or entrances, are subtle saboteurs of peace. Letting go is a practice. A trash can is a reminder of life's constant ebb and flow, of what we keep and what we release. In both Feng Shui and the Dharma, stagnation is a form of suffering. Whether in thought or in trash, clutter clouds clarity. So the next time you walk past your trash can, ask, is this a space of mindful release? Or is it a silent source of stuckness? Shift it, clean it, respect it, and watch how your home, and your life, begin to breathe again. Part 3, the path blocked by our own steps. Every day, we walk in and out of our homes. We bring with us thoughts, emotions, responsibilities, and energy, often without awareness. And yet, rarely do we notice the one thing greeting us at the threshold, our shoes. In Feng Shui, shoes aren't just footwear. They are energetic symbols of our life's path, decisions, and movement. When placed in disorder, they don't simply create visual clutter, they interrupt the flow of energy, both in the home and within us. In Buddhism, walking is more than motion, it is meditation. So what happens when the very place where you begin and end each day, your doorway, is marked by chaos. Your path, quite literally, becomes blocked. The invisible weight of disorder. A pile of shoes left at the entrance sends an unconscious message. This home is overwhelmed. The entryway, known in Feng Shui as the mouth of Qi, is where energy enters. When cluttered, that energy is stifled. This results in more than just a messy impression. It creates a subtle tension, an energetic congestion, that makes the entire space feel heavier, more reactive, and less peaceful. A woman I worked with once described her home as always heavy. Her front entryway had a mix of worn shoes, old boxes, and a broken umbrella stand. When we cleared the space, removed outdated footwear, and introduced a low wooden rack with just a few well-kept pairs, she later said, "It felt like I could finally breathe." What she experienced wasn't just visual relief, it was a shift in vibration. The sacredness of the threshold. Think of entering a temple. Would you toss your shoes in a heap at the doorway? Of course not. You would place them neatly, with care. Because you know what lies ahead deserves respect. Your home deserves the same reverence. The entryway is not simply a place to drop things, it is a spiritual portal between your outer life and your inner sanctuary. A cluttered threshold means a cluttered transition. A mindful one invites clarity, grounding, and peace. What shoe care reveals about the inner life? The way you treat your shoes reflects the way you approach your own journey. Worn-out shoes can signify emotional exhaustion or attachment to the past. Scattered shoes can symbolize mental distraction or avoidance. Dirty shoes may suggest unresolved burdens you've carried home with you. Feng Shui teaches that order invites flow. Shoes, when kept tidy and intentional, anchor the energy of movement and progression. Store them in low, stable shelves, preferably closed cabinets, near the entrance. This allows for both practicality and energetic containment. Avoid towering racks, especially in homes with older adults or children. The goal is ease, balance, and respect, transforming organization into ritual. Turning the simple act of arranging shoes into a ritual can change the tone of your entire evening. As you place your shoes on the rack, say quietly to yourself, "I release the weight of the day. I walk the path of peace." This kind of mindful gesture reclaims the act of returning home as a moment of presence, not unconscious repetition. You can further support this transition by cleaning the soles of your shoes weekly, rotating seasonal footwear to avoid energetic buildup, adding a small bowl of salt crystals or activated charcoal near the rack to absorb dense energy from the outside world. Simple steps, subtle shifts, profound peace, letting go of the shoes you no longer walk in. Many people store shoes they haven't worn in years, some no longer fit, others belong to chapters long closed. In Buddhist practice, holding on to what no longer serves is a source of suffering. Shoes from past jobs, former relationships, or forgotten events carry not just dust, but energetic residue. If a pair hasn't walked with you in a meaningful way for over a year, consider releasing it. Donate it with gratitude. Let it serve someone else's journey, rather than stagnate in yours. Decluttering your footwear is more than an act of organization. It is a symbol of forward movement. A closing reflection. Shoes carry us through life, through joy and grief, through work and rest, through transitions we may not even remember. When you treat them with care, you honor not just your path, but your willingness to walk it with mindfulness. So the next time you stand at your doorway, ask yourself, is this entry a passageway, or a pile of unmade decisions? Reclaim that space. Honor the journey. And take each next step not just with intention, but with quiet reverence. Part 4. Water that should flow, but doesn't. Water is among the most powerful forces in the universe, fluid, nourishing, adaptable. It moves around obstacles, wears down stone, and reflects the sky. It is also deeply symbolic in both Feng Shui and Buddhist philosophy. In Feng Shui, water represents abundance, wealth, and flow. In the Dharma, water reflects clarity of mind, compassion, and the ever-changing nature of existence. But just like the mind, if water is not tended to or placed with care, it becomes stagnant, heavy, even dangerous. Your use of water in the home, therefore, is not simply decorative, it's energetic. It tells the story of how you allow energy, opportunity, and emotion to move, or not move, within your space and your life. The spiritual nature of water. Water appears in many sacred Buddhist metaphors. The Buddha compared the mind to water, able to reflect clearly when undisturbed, and to become muddy when agitated or polluted. Still, clean water represents inner stillness and wisdom. Turbulent, stagnant water reflects grasping, confusion, and energetic blockages. In this way, the way water appears in your home can be a quiet mirror of your current spiritual and emotional state. Misplacement, when water becomes a source of disorder. One of the most common Feng Shui mistakes is placing water features, fountains, aquariums, bowls, in the wrong location, such as bedrooms, where water's energy, strong, flowing, sometimes restless, clashes with the stillness needed for rest. Water in the bedroom can subtly disturb the nervous system and sleep rhythms. Cluttered or chaotic spaces, where instead of cleansing the area, the water amplifies disorder, like stirring a muddy pond. These placements may seem harmless, but over time they contribute to a slow erosion of peace, focus, and abundance. People may feel tired, irritable, or emotionally heavy without realizing that misplaced water is reinforcing emotional or energetic turbulence. A real-world story. One couple I advised had a beautiful, high-end fish tank placed at the foot of their bed. While aesthetically impressive, both partners reported persistent insomnia and recurring arguments at night. After discussing Feng Shui and the energy of water, they relocated the tank to the family room, facing the entrance, one of the most auspicious directions for attracting prosperity. Within weeks, their sleep improved. The tension began to dissolve. Sometimes, it's not about the object, but about where and why we place it. Principles for mindful water placement. To align water with both spiritual harmony and material prosperity, consider these key Feng Shui guidelines. Best locations. Water features belong in living rooms, near the front entry, or in the southeast or east quadrants of your home. These directions support growth, family harmony, and financial expansion. Avoid placing in bedrooms, kitchens, or bathrooms, especially if the space already feels unbalanced or overly yin, dark, heavy. Keep water clean and moving. Stagnant water is a magnet for negative energy. If you have a fountain or fish tank, ensure it's cleaned weekly and the pump or filter is working properly. Size matters. In small homes, large aquariums or water walls may overwhelm the energy. Always choose water elements that are proportional to the room's scale. Flow direction. If using flowing water, like a fountain, ensure that the water flows toward the interior of the home, not out the door. This symbolically invites prosperity inward. When water reflects emotional stagnation. In Buddhist practice, we are taught to observe where energy becomes blocked. Whether it's a thought we can't let go of, a resentment we carry, or an emotional wound we ignore, these inner stagnations often reflect externally. Water features that are left unclean, unused, or broken often mirror that same internal state. And just as inner clarity returns when the mind is purified, Outer clarity returns when your water features are cared for and placed with intention. Think of it like this. Would you drink from a glass of cloudy water? If not, why would you allow that same quality of energy to settle in your home? Final reflection. Water is wisdom in motion. Water doesn't resist. It flows. It teaches us that softness overcomes hardness, that persistence outlasts force, and that harmony is found not in holding, but in moving with. If your financial life feels stuck, if your emotions feel tangled, or if your home feels heavy, take a look at how water lives in your space. Does it move? Is it clean? Is it honored? In Feng Shui and the Dharma alike, water is more than a symbol, it is a living presence. Place it well. Keep it clean. Let it flow. And watch how wealth, clarity, and ease begin to return, quietly, like a stream you almost didn't hear until you stopped and listened. Part 5, Reflective Conclusion. Your home is a mirror of your karma. At first glance, clocks, trash bins, shoes, and water may seem like small, ordinary parts of our home. But nothing in a mindful life is small. Everything reflects something deeper. In the Dharma, we are taught that outer conditions arise from inner causes. When we see clutter, confusion, or energetic stagnation in our surroundings, it is often a reflection of some aspect of our own mind, unresolved, unconscious, or simply unattended. Your home is not separate from your spirit. It holds your attention, your habits, and your history. It reflects the quality of your awareness, and the flow of your karma. If your life feels stuck, don't just look at your goals, look at your environment. Where is the energy blocked? Where are you holding on too tightly? Where have you neglected care, placement, or intention? Feng Shui is not magic. And the Dharma is not superstition. Both are invitations to live with deeper presence. They ask us, how do you walk through your space? What do you welcome, and what do you unconsciously resist? Changing your home isn't about aesthetics, it's about alignment. It's about creating a space that supports your inner transformation rather than draining it. When you shift where your clock hangs, you're not just adjusting an object, you're adjusting your relationship with time. When you relocate a trash bin away from your front door, you're not just following a rule, you're creating a clear pathway for blessings. When you organize your shoes, you're preparing your feet to walk a new path. And when you guide the water in your home with intention, you're guiding the current of your life itself. Every choice in your space is a message. Every object carries a vibration. Every corner is either a container for peace, or a reservoir for neglect. So begin where you are. Not with drastic renovations, but with simple awareness. One clock, one corner, one shoe rack, one fountain. These small shifts, done with clarity, can ripple into every area of your life. Because in the end, your home doesn't just reflect your karma, it shapes it. And when your space flows in harmony, your mind follows. And when your mind is clear, your future opens. From chaos to clarity, start now. If you've made it this far, you already understand, this isn't just about clocks, shoes, water, or trash. It's about energy. It's about alignment. It's about finally choosing to live with intention, right where you are. You don't need to renovate your home to transform your life. You only need to shift with mindfulness. To see each item not as clutter, but as a mirror. To place things not just with convenience, but with care. So today, I invite you to take just one step. Maybe you move the clock. Maybe you empty the trash can near the door. Maybe you clean your shoes and say a quiet blessing. Maybe you adjust a water feature to flow toward, not away from, your life. Whatever you choose, let it be conscious. Let it be gentle. Let it be the first step toward something greater. And now, I invite you, before this video ends, to speak your intention aloud or share it in the comments below. Say, I welcome clarity. I create space for abundance. I walk my path in peace. Let your words plant seeds of energy. If this message spoke to your heart, please support this space of wisdom, like this video. Subscribe to Wisdom of the Dharma. Turn on notifications, so you'll never miss a teaching that could change the energy of your day, or your life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing awareness. And thank you for walking this path with us. May your home become your sanctuary. May your space reflect your soul. And may your every step forward be blessed with peace, clarity, and flow. Until next time, be well, be mindful, and keep creating harmony, one corner at a time.